So here's one of those wiring and refrigerant hose clusters off a Mr. Cool installation, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. So if you follow this wiring here, this is the control signal wiring. Some of it's power too, but they have it wrapped for all four heads going in all different directions around, and of course, you know, it's all the same color. So it's kind of difficult to correlate which wire goes to which head, and you have to manually trace everyone out with your finger and follow it as it goes through a wall and then go out, because when we move the air handler, when we move the condenser, we have to have the right wire going to the right line set. Otherwise, when you hit the remote, you see the air handler turn on, the fan will start spinning, it'll open up, lights will blink, but it'll be sending refrigerant to another air handler in another room, and that one will be getting cold and there'll be no cold coming out. That's the symptom when you miswire your wires to which line it's going to go to. And usually audibly you can hear it. If you go into one of the other rooms, as the metal gets cold, sometimes you could actually hear the crackling of metal and plastic getting cold, and you could hear the swishing sound of refrigerant moving in a quiet room when the air handler is dead closed, no fan roaming, no electricity going to it, or not turned on, not energized. But if the refrigerant goes through the coil will get icy cold, and sometimes you can hear the shrinking metal and plastic sound. So that's what's going on here to move this cluster. And the other thing is about to perform the recovery. So I'm hooked in. I have the Appion core removal tool, and here's the little field piece. So I decided to use the little tiny guy. I said, oh, this one little job, we have a little time on it, could take a little longer on it. So I have the field piece here, nice little unit, I highly recommend. And I do like my bigger more commercial grade Navac. But there's the tank, and we're in a shower, and so I'll have the cold water running over that to keep the head pressure down, and as I'm performing the recovery, and it'll speed things up. This is in construction industrial kind of area, like who has a condenser in a bathroom? Okay, but this is going to get moved outside. And yes, this is actually a papered, legalized grow, and approved by the city and state, and they have all their papers and everything. But of course, as you can tell by the electrical and the setup, the installation of the air conditioning is less than subpar, and that's going to be fixed. All right, see you guys.